Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Aquarius. If Aquarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay, and so our card for tonight is the Two of Swords. And that has everything to do with finding peace, which sounds wonderful. It does. Okay, and let's see what these tea leaves have to say. And I have to admit, I'm a little bit, every night I put my daughter down to sleep. I always call her the baby. She's not a baby anymore. But I try not to fall asleep, and I did. And I slept a little extra. A bit of a nap there. So I'm coming to, getting it together. Okay, and so. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I invite you to do that if you would like. It is free. And if you hit the little bell, when you subscribe, it'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. I don't want you to miss yours. Okay. So I see a person, and this looks to be kind of a throne. So we have an enthroned person here. And enthroned is just a fancy way of saying somebody sitting in a throne, in an elevated position. And so this could be, and I think this is, the emperor, okay? And above the top of the back of the throne, we have a bird sitting, perched. So to me, this really indicates kind of a leader, somebody in a position of leadership, of decision making, of power, which I imagine is you, of course, in your life, right? And they are very connected with spirit. Spirit is in their ear. If you could think about like a little bird coming in, kind of chirping in your ear and kind of, letting you know what's going on, what's up. Your intuition is going off, or, whatever it is, like, oh, no, don't do that. That's a bad decision, And so I see in the lap of this emperor, we have a cat. And you can see the tail hanging. Okay, so, of course, we love cats here at this channel. Pudgy and TT like to make their appearances. And I think that probably you have some kind of animal companion, or kind of a spirit animal, or totem animal, and animal essence in your life. But I feel like this is maybe in the physical. As a lot of the viewers in the comments here like to mention, cats, our puppies, our birds and things, they are, they're psychic beings, probably more so than we are, right? And they really do add to the atmosphere of our lives. And I've always been of the mind that, I have not chosen my animals. They are not my pets. I do not own them. They have, granted me the privilege to be with them, to live with them, to know them, to kind of, walk side by side in our paths of life. And so I feel, this is something that if you don't currently have an animal, maybe you have in the past or you will in the future. Seems to be, a companion, somebody that helps you kind of suss through your thinking. The thing about our furry friends as well is this is where we often learn about unconditional love, about, and I say this about cats a lot, is that cats will show you how to speak up for yourself. They will show you, if you follow their lead, they do the things that they need to do. They're unapologetic about it. Okay. I'm not talking about, tearing up the curtains or causing heck around the house, but, if they want to eat, they're hungry, they let you know, and they will. They'll go and eat. When they're finished, they're finished. If they want you to pay attention to them, they will let you know. If they want to be left alone, you're not going to see them, right? So, these are beings that ask for what they want, tell you what they want, and we should definitely take note of that in our own lives. I think so often, we're conditioned. We get conditioned into mostly a place of compliance, but we forget that that we're here to live our lives. We're here to honor the sacredness that it is to be alive, to be manifest, to be a conscious being in this infinite, right? And so often we just kind of, we feel like we got to do things we don't want to do. We have to spend our lives in the tedium, and to some degree, yeah, we have to navigate all of that. But hopefully not to the point where we lose sight of what is truly important to us as an individual, right? As a conscious being. Animals, they remind us that we don't have to live like that, So, yes, intuitive, a strong leader in your own life, animal companion. Okay, so we also have, it looks like a little goat right here. And then I've been looking at this and I keep thinking, what is this exactly? It looks like a person maybe wearing a dress or a robe, and they have some kind of hat on. And then up here, and these all look kind of cartoony to me, really. But up here I kind of see a skeleton, the head and the body right here, and the arms kind of down. And I immediately think of this idea of, well, it is kind of Santa Muerte, but it is also, and I can't remember, what is it called? It's a motif. It was really prevalent in I think, early Middle Ages, I want to say. And it would be death dancing with the maiden. Okay, and so this was kind of the same kind of celebratory imagery, but it really was kind of the sad thing related to people dying young, right? From illness mostly, but also other circumstances, right? Just the harshness of living in a time when it was hard to stay alive, right? So, I feel like this is and let me just preface this by, well, we're already into it, but kind of preface this by saying, when I see death in the symbols, I don't think that death is on its way, although, right, it is for all of us. I don't think soon. And this is not a bad thing to see. I think more often than not, this is about the shadow work. This is about, incorporating the process of death into our life so that it is not something that is so foreign. We've gotten into a place in being, collectively, where death is kind of really separated from how we operate on a regular basis. We don't necessarily think about it all the time. We rarely see it. It's all kind of taken care of for us away, behind closed doors. And so, I think that this is maybe a good time too, and I've been pushing this idea a lot in my readings because I feel like it's a good time of year for it, but contemplation, okay? And now I'm not talking about contemplating your own death necessarily, but just the concept of death, life and death, okay? The natural processes, okay? As things come and go, like the seasons and the passage of time and especially if you're in the northern hemisphere, we're in this deep part of winter. It is, it's the days are darker and colder, and there's not a lot of color, especially where I'm at. It's very very monotone, and so one kind of is really faced with the brutality of life in a lot of ways, and I think that it's a good time. I don't know, I feel like it's a good time to lean into these things safely, right, within a supported intentional framework. Okay, I don't mean kind of just I don't know if you've ever had like invasive thoughts or intrusive thoughts, or kind of ruminating on these kind of more melancholy things, and that can be hard, but I think it's important for us to think about these things once in a while, right? And when they show up, I think, okay, let me consider, let me think about, how things come and go, and as I get older, it's more and more, and that's just the reality of things, and we can't live a sterile life without all of that. It's just part of being. And so now we see, I'm looking at this goat, I'm looking at this person down here, and it has that same kind of duality of kind of the skeleton, the maiden, and we have the goat. So yes, I think that there is really this kind of, I almost feel like maybe there is a real distinct maybe there's a birthday, a birthday that is one that feels like a real passage into maybe middle age, into, the golden years, or, as I call it, and what I look forward to is cronehood, becoming that real absolute crone, which is the biggest, and it will be the greatest honor of my life, besides my lovely family. But yes, being able to make it into those years, what a blessing. And I often tell people, oh yes, I'm just in that part of my life where I'm feeling old and whatever. I think of it as such a success for myself. I never knew that I could make it this far, you know. And I've known a lot of people in my life, people I really loved a lot, who have passed away at young ages. And so, you know, I realize when people react, you know, they think, oh, you're actually pretty young or what. Well, I feel old and in the best way possible, definitely. And so, yes, I see this and I think, you know, maybe you are going through a period of time where it's like, yeah, I'm getting a little bit older. Maybe I do have a birthday coming up and it feels like this is kind of a real turning point. And hopefully, you know, with the goat energy, I really think it's like getting very like strong minded about things, you know, just absolutely doing the things that you want to do. Maybe for the first time in a long time, putting yourself first, being the priority in your life, because you've been through a lot and you have done a lot. And, you know, and it hasn't always been easy. It hasn't always been bad either, right? But I think that you are fortified as a person, as a being, as a spiritual entity. And when we have that goat, I think, yeah, this is somebody who is afraid of little, right? Because you've seen hardship. You have looked it right in the face and you have kept your head up. And that's a beautiful thing. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look. Now, this kind of looks like a little motorcycle now. As we turn this one, we have the handlebars, we have the wheel. And we have a 7 up here. So something about a motorcycle. Maybe somebody who rode a motorcycle. Maybe you are into motorcycles. Or as they call them in the upper Midwest, motorcycles. Okay, let's see. We also do have the hourglass. I mean, it does, on this side, it kind of looks more like the hourglass. And that is right in line with this, with the skeleton and, well, and it does. It fits the shape of the 2 of swords here, right? You can kind of see the hourglass shape there with the X. But oops, oh goodness, go back. I got too close. So yeah, a sign of Kronos, right? The keeper of time, also Saturn. It's the same entity, intelligence, deity. And so, and we know also kind of related to death, right? As we think of the being that comes and takes us, right? Takes us away when we have transitioned. So, you know, it is. I think that there's just really this sense of, my goodness, just, I think really thinking about it is a contemplation, you know, I think and I think that this is something that it really, it feels sentimental, but it feels kind of like a real, a sense of getting unstuck, kind of like, you know, pushing through that blockage. But also, I think a place that you're familiar with. I think this is not something new to you, this kind of line of thinking. I don't think it's the first time in your life that you've really, you know, thought deeply about death. and the death drive, right? The thing that some psychologists say that is the thing that kind of motivates us, the fear of death or a relationship with the unknown. And so it makes sense to me for an Aquarius, though, really. I mean, very introspective people, you know, kind of living in your own reality, your own world, your own kind of place that you have meticulously kind of created for yourself. Very, I think, just very beautiful kind of minds, right? And I say this as a Aquarius moon, and kind of jealous sometimes that I'm not, I don't have more Aquarius placement. Okay, so, and then we have a person here, and they just look like they are wearing some kind of costume. And it looks like an animal, dressed up as an animal. And the hand up. And we have an axe here. So I just keep getting this image of, if you've ever seen the old version, the original version of The Wicker Man, or that Midsommar, I just imagine these kinds of, they could seem like such grotesque, I think, rituals from the outside. And this, not even about the, you know, any kind of sacrifice or anything. Let's just omit that part. But these kind of arcane plays and all the pomp and circumstance and how strange that would be from somebody, or from an outside point of view, if you had no understanding of the symbology and the importance of these kinds of rituals and feasts and community and keeping the old stories. And so I feel like, in a way, there really is something within you that you are a keeper of memories of old ways and traditions that have run through maybe your bloodline or your community, your family, and your chosen interests and well, excuse you. What is on your head? What do you have on your head? What is that? Ooh, somebody's been into something. Yeah, you want to smell it. You've been somewhere where you're not supposed to be. Okay, let's see. We have, ooh. And look at this. Oh, no. Don't do that. You're going to make it stop. You're going to make it move. Okay, so we have no, stop. We have I heart question mark. It looks like something that would be written in some, like a middle school notebook or something. So I feel like, maybe there's a little bit of crush here, some kind of, the question mark went away. But some kind of growing intensity of love. It doesn't have to be romantic necessarily. It could be something that you are getting involved with, not just a person. It could be an interest or, some kind of profound passion that is revealing itself to you. And this feels good. It feels happy. It feels like something that, I don't know. It's like that first little flower that comes up in spring, right? just a little a bit of green and some pretty little flower. Yeah, it makes the heart feel strong again, right? Oh, you're being so sweet today. You are such a sweet girl. Okay, let's see. All right. Now we have the Mary Magdalene Oracle cards by Megan Watterson and illustrated by Moonjube. I usually show the box, but I have the cat, so I gotta hold her. And I'm gonna go ahead and flip through and stop where it feels right. And it says, love has already won. Silence. I speak from my heart. Love has already won. Silence. I speak from my heart. This is pretty. It reminds me of California. All right, TT, let's say a good night. All right, so I want to say thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you would like to subscribe, I wish you would. And if you do, it is free to subscribe. It won't cost you anything. And if you hit the little bell, it'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. Also, if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. And speaking of comments, I put up in the community section a post where you can post your small business, your whatever, if you have a channel, or one of your other social media platform, businesses or whatever, link them there. You all support myself and my husband, Paul, over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you haven't watched him, go over there, check him out, give him a sub. And, but you all support us and we love you. We appreciate you. We would be, these channels wouldn't be anything without you. So we both want to support everybody else like you supported us. And so please go over here, advertise your business, say a little bit about it, put a link on there. We've done these posts before, but this is a new thread. So if you have posted on the old one, it's still up. It's still in the community section, but this is a new post. So you can go in there and put it on this one too. Everybody should be able to, share their work and, things they're proud of and working on and so on. And I just feel like it's such a privilege for me to be able to have a little space, a little piece of the internet to help others, come up too. So anyways, I love you, Aquarius. We will talk in a few days. Take care of yourself and good night.